Ramiro.
Harding goes early. Ashenko gets the first tap clearly to Allison, who's straight through the centre. Allison's kick towards Longmire at full forward. He attacked it. Roberts was also there. Two of the four players have kicked so many goals this season. White's handball to Mainwaring. Great to see him back. Sells a quick one. Away from Longmire. Kicks the ball up the centre wing. Gets a rousing reception by this packed house and runs out of play.
Anthony Stevens, the tagger, he gets a job every week and plays particularly well. He's got the job on Matera on centre wing.
Wait for the throw in. Ashenko and Harding. Ashenko reaches over the top and gets it down. Worked forward. The high kick from German down towards half forward. Runs free behind. Waterman the first back. Oh, well done, McAdam. Goal coming up. McAdam runs in and kicks it from 15 metres.
Well, didn't he do that so easily, McAdam? But then again, that's a sign of a good player. Things that come easily. And he just chopped it off. And Waterman went for the handball and just kept the ball running. And here it is. Carey, Jakovic, and here's Waterman buttering up. And they're cut out by McAdam. Could say fortunate, but then again, things are fortunate at this stage of the season for McAdam.
Well, he's a remarkable story, that young man. Back in the middle, Matera misses the ball. Stevens didn't, knocked it down. Ashenko tries to slap it out. Sock it off the ground eventually by Ramiro. Down towards half forward, taken by Carey to Archer. Inside the 50, not a good kick. It wobbles down towards the kickoff line. Brennan grabs it, boots it towards the outer side. Coming in strongly, Pike. Collided with Archer. Meantime, Waterman lays it off to Jakovic. Gets by Carey. This is Matera around Schloss. Boots it around the
there's a heavy Shepherd behind.
Going back, Blakey does very well.
It's Wilson and Stevens is going to, now Matera's come in. Oh, I tell you, there's a lot of feeling out there and a lot of things happening behind play.
Well, another man with feeling tonight a bit lately as he kicks the ball into the centre square, playing against his old club. Lamb was there, getting a quick kick. Glenn Jakovic. Clappe got a bad bounce. McIntosh, who's got fairly tonight. McIntosh's left foot kicked to Sumich. Martin there going very high heady. Was it a free kick off the ground? Sumich a goal. They've hit back West Coast. Scores a level and a fight going on in the goal square. Langdon and Martin right at it here. Oh, they let loose for a moment there. Heady came in and it'll simmer down in a moment. Crocker also amongst the action. There's a bit of feeling here tonight.
Well, I said that. It happened on centre wing. A real heavy shepherd was laid by Wilson on Stevens, and Stevens took after Wilson. And then come running in was Matera, because Wilson didn't see Stevens gunning for him, and Matera came in, laid a heavy shepherd, and then we see another one, Langdon and Martin in the goal square. We've got a game.
Back in the middle, Allison to Schwass, down towards right half forward, pitches in front of Longmire. Knocked out of there by Lamb. Mainwaring was looking for White. Longmire did very well. Mainwaring again, he's busy. Harding to Lamb from half back towards the wing.
Well done,
going back Ashenko. Strong mark. Free kick though. It's going to McIntosh.
Against Fairley.
Ashenko shrugs the shoulders. How was he to know? He was in front showing courage. McIntosh inside the 50. Missed by Scholl. Sumich. Ramiro dives on top of it. The ball's behind him. And it must be a bounce.
It's good to see Scholl running at the ball, prepared to leave Langdon and race at the ball.
So Langdon is back, having a bit to do on the forward line. McIntosh worth a kick down towards the pocket. Sumich in front of Martin, goes off the ground and kicks it out of bounds alongside the behind post.
Gee, didn't sound like he was Ramiro a moment ago with the Sumich attempted soccer off the ground, missed him by a whisker.
Very close, wasn't it? There's McIntosh and Fairley, body to body. McIntosh almost clean possession. Heady kicks it high in the air. It travels about 15 metres. Martin falls over the ball. Going through rather crudely was Langdon. Scholl is hurt. Matera ran into a dead end, and they don't come much stronger than that
play
one.
Between Scholl and Langdon.
And Scholl has every reason to be upset.
And here it is on replay. Watch Langdon. Scholl left the screen. Excuse me.
Yes.
No wonder Scholl's a bit upset. Here's Wilson from about 50 metres, so there's a lot in this match. Again, Langdon off the play with Scholl. First match back, Langdon in AFL this season. Goes short, Wilson for Lewis. And found a hole somewhere in that little gap.
Well, it was an interesting kick, wasn't it? Because he was covered, or apparently from where we were sitting, covered by two North Melbourne players. These players so good with the skill nowadays. Their skill level very high.
Schenko and Worsfold just off the play again, having words to one another. Lewis, who seemingly ran into good form against Sydney, and he's kicked that superbly for a goal.
Well, a little bit of composure, apparent composure back in the West Coast.
We haven't got the all clear yet.
No,
no, there's a lot of byplay going on there. Now the umpire's running out to the centre. He's waiting for the all clear from the field.
Well, I've never seen that before.
Well, here we go. In fact, Chris Mainwaring had to grab the umpire, the field umpire, to let him know that the goal umpire was asking for this. And there we are. It's a goal, official. Lewis did kick it.
Rowan Soers was down there adjudicating on the battle between Scholl and Langdon and forgot to give the all clear to the goal umpire, who had to run about 50 metres and track him up towards midfield. So everybody's under pressure to start. The Eagles lead by 6 points.
Eddie picking up German in the centre. Pike's on Schwash. And Lamb's got the job, or did have the job, on Rock.
Schwass is a key to getting it out of the middle. Here he is again. He's so adept at getting that ball. He's remarkable this season, but a free kick is going to the Eagles.
Oh, Worsfold and Ishenko in the centre of the ground. I think there might be a report. Well, there's a free kick going Worsfold's way. It's happening. It is happening here at the WACA.
Good O'Don. There's McKenna on the wing, touches it down once, kicks it inside the attacking 50. Sumic comes on the lead. It runs off his hands and goes out of bounds, and so does Hetty into the fence, and we'll have a throw in. I was making the point, I was watching the third term between Collingwood and North Melbourne, and Schwass was inspirational in that quarter, just digging it out of the middle all the time. McIntosh superbly done towards the kickoff line. Scholl goes back with him. Langdon. Scholl is going to get a free kick. Not sure what that was for. Quick whistle. The umpire wants to break that pair up.
Oh.
Terrible kick straight to Matera. He's got it just outside the 50. It's a vacant goal square. He ignores that and goes in short to Pike.
Who's within kicking distance. Kick it from about 50. A little further out than Lewis a moment ago. Gee, Stevens will be disappointed. He made a lead on Matera there. He's got the job of tagging him. And Scholl's kick was straight down Matera's throat. It makes the tagger look bad. He's actually playing as an attacker at that moment. Pike gets pretty close to the man on the mark. Kicks it beautifully, though, for another one. Well, this is a good start now for West Coast. After North got an early goal through McAdam, West Coast have dominated and have bounced back with 3 of their own.
Well, having watched the West Coast, they only do as much as they have to. And each time it's required of a player, he comes to the fore, and they're doing it again tonight. Important game, and they have responded. Just about got their full side back. Kemp and Turley, the only ones missing from last year's grand final.
Well, after North got their first goal, West Coast has bounced back strongly. North Melbourne out of the centre. Ramiro Carey in the front spot. Oh, play on call. Now Matera from half back. Drop punt out to centre wing. Arch is there with Laidley and Wilson. And John Rogers on the boundary line has a report for us. John?
Yeah, Bruce, I think there's been 2 reports, I think. I think Sumic and Martin have both been reported for those early on incidents. It'll be interesting to see at quarter time if I can confirm that.
Wilson, so some drama here. 2 high-profile players possibly reported in the first 15 minutes of this match. Matera inside to Lamb. Lamb's quick kick. Here are the 2 players in question. A punch away by Martin. On the bottom, Clapbay going for goal. The hip and shoulder was, well, in the back team against Smith. Looked all right from here, didn't it?
Oh, I thought it was all right.
Might have been the man chasing, I think.
And now there's 50 metres.
Gee, North are just slightly off guard here, aren't they? They've lost a bit of balance after McAdam's goal. A bit of rough stuff. And suddenly West Coast has the initiative.
Oh, certainly a heavy bump. Clapbay can testify to that. It was handed out by Smith.
Well, he'll kick West Coast's 4th goal from the square, and does. And this is a flying start now for West Coast.
John Blakey, the job on Clapbay. Ross Smith. Here is the incident. There's Clapbay. Blakey chasing hard. Oh, that's the push.
Yep.
No, they were against Blakey. So apologies to Ross Smith.
Just over 17 minutes remaining then. And the West Coast Eagles getting a fly here at the WACA. Schenko and Harding waiting for this ball to come back. Interesting, these two clubs have a very nocturnal history. Their last 7 meetings have been under lights, either at the MCG or the WACA. They last met in the day game back in round 4 of 1989. Rucks go at it. Schenko to German, who boots it down inside the attacking 50. It pitches about 30 metres out from goal. Carey ran directly at White. Well picked up by Lamb. It was a fair hip and shoulder. Heady's got it. And certainly the West Coast Eagles have settled better early. McIntosh at full stretch. Kicks into the man on the mark fairly. He controlled it well. Smith needs to hurry. He does towards centre half forward. They come from all directions. McKenna did brilliantly. Knocked it down to Heady. Tries to go off the ground. German missed him. Schwass only as far as Jakovic. Back towards centre half forward. Timely fist to Schenko. Falls to Waterman, who boots it out wide. Langdon is outnumbered. They're very anxious to get him. Scholl found a yard. Langdon found the ball. It's out of bounds now and will be thrown in. So a faltering start by North. And if you look back over their record this season, the first quarter undoubtedly, normally, their most productive. They average 40 points per quarter over the season. This is Lamb towards the pocket. Bounces out of bounds.
So doing well early, Lamb. He's got the job on rock and he's creating. He's running off rock.
4 kicks for Lamb in the first 10 minutes. Rock quieter than that. Langdon comes in from the side. With him, Scholl gets a quick kick away. Trying to trap it, Pike. Wilson over the top of it. Tackle on him was pretty good. And out of play. Tackle coming from Craig Scholl. Laidley and Langdon on screen. So Langdon's already made his presence felt. Just been itching to play. Just bursting to get back into the AFL. Laidley, Scholl, who probably went the wrong way. Made the wrong option. Clappé's handball. Kick by Waterman. And he's missed altogether. So that's out on the full. A bit of a let-off for North Melbourne. But they trail by 18 points. We're looking at the top team in the competition against the second. It would take, well, probably an imagination that not even Don would be capable of to get West Coast to the top of the ladder tonight. They're too far behind in terms of percentage, but a win tonight would draw them up level in match ratio and points. Lamb again, 5th kick, quick one. Tap forward by Clappé. Smith trying to go onto it. McIntosh well played. He's had a brilliant start. Lewis, an excellent pickup. Left foot for goal. His second, and 5 now for the Eagles. And we're getting to the serious point of the first quarter for North Melbourne.
Well, I think the change has got to be considered, and that is fairly on McIntosh, because McIntosh is leading fairly to the ball on all occasions. Here it is again. See McIntosh getting away from fairly second on the scene. The ball spills out, but the work was done by McIntosh.
Marvellous, fearless play by McIntosh, setting up that goal. German crashes in, wins the ball. They're doing well out of the centre square, North. A kick inside the 50 once more. Longmire quickly to Roberts. The hurried kick wobbles down towards the pocket. Carey, well tackled down there by Brennan. Socket off the ground by McKenna, out of bounds on the full. And the kick will be taken down there by Allison, who was quick to grab the ball intelligently because he's a left footer from this pocket. Important kick, this one. North needing a goal. Allison chips away. It's close. He may have missed to the near side. He has. The first behind after 6 goals, 5 of them for the West Coast Eagles. It's 1-1 to 5 straight, and a lull over the WACA ground, which is absolutely packed tonight. Glorious night for footy. Hardly any breeze. Brennan assesses the options and drives it towards the outer side. Carey is out there. Knocked on though by Harding. Well done by Stevens. And again, great evasion on the outer side. A very high kick back inside the 50. White has to wait. Longmire almost the mark. Archer fell over, dives after it. In there was Worsfold, shovels it out. Romero kept his head pretty well. Brennan goes to ground. It's out of bounds.
Well, this famous West Coast defence, and it is a famous one, have been mean for a long period now, and they're standing up to North Melbourne in the early part of this match. Throw in with Harding and Ashenko, missed by Archer. Pike's handball was a good one. Streaming through Worsfold, up over centre towards McIntosh, who's been the problem for North early. Smith got a favourable bounce, used Laidley. Wilson to try and run him down. Laidley around his body. Ramiro put his hand up to try and shield the lights. McKenna did very well to recover. Has a bit of time. Left-hand handball to Lewis. He went without the footy. This handball by Rock was okay. Stevens' quick kick to centre half forward. Worsfold at the back along with Harding. Centre square, off the ground by Waterman. Well played North Melbourne in defence by Fairley. Heady's handball missing the target. North Melbourne with an opportunity.
This is Roberts alongside the centre circle. A high one down towards centre half forward. Carey in from the side. That's a mark.
And Ramiro's gone off the ground. Ramiro's gone off after he put his hands to his eyes to shield the light from his eyes out on centre wing. Here it is. And he's gone off the ground and he copped a hard one from McKenna. And I think he turned an ankle when he went down. Can't pick up his replacement. I think it was Clarkson who came on.
Wayne Carey, the skipper, his best goal tally this season, 7 against Melbourne in round 4. It's close. It's good. So North get their second, and they trail by 17 points.
And when there's no reaction from the crowd here at the WACA, you know it's a goal for the opposition. And this is a real captain's goal by Carey. Turnover midfield. Roberts playing, well, I don't know where Roberts is playing. He was playing down in the pocket beside Carey, beside Longmire. Carey first hands to it, second grab, but what a great kick for goal.
5 goals to 2-1. West Coast in front out of the centre. Lamb with a little kick. Ross Smith in front of Lewis. Left foot round his body. It should bounce well for Allison. It does. He's got time to steady and go towards full forward. McAdam down there. Longmire, great mark from the side.
He's hurt himself too. Favouring the right foot. Wonder what he did to himself.
Terrific mark, wasn't it? Coming in. Carey-like from the side there. Longmire, just 8 goals in his last 4 matches after a tremendous start to this year. 37 goals so far this season. Drop punt, he's kicked it poorly. That's a bad result for North Melbourne.
He favoured that right foot, Bruce, too. Now he's limping rather noticeably.
I think White kicked him in midair, accidentally, on the ankle. And they certainly smart.
Well, it totals up to a poor result for North Melbourne. They needed a goal there after Carey's goal. It brought them back to within 3. Jakovic's high kick to half-back.
Archer over the top. Good grab. Improving player, Glenn Archer. All go. Centering kick. Twisted away by Worsfold. Schwass. Hacked out of midair, Jakovic. Schwass does well. He's got the ball forward of the centre line. Goes long back towards full forward. Archer in from the side. Always his ball. He had the run on the pack. He's got this one about 20 metres out.
Still a bit of feeling in this game. Larkin came on to replace Ramiro, and just when Swash got the ball there, you can see on left of screen just the camera panning past Worsfold and Larkin as Archer takes a great mark. So some big jobs to do this year up on the back line, Archer, for a youngster.
North looking better now. Archer sneaks it through. They've got their 3rd goal, the Kangaroos, and the margin now is only 11 points.
And it's a good mark by Archer. Swash, one of my favourites for the Brownlow this year. The high ball, and here's Archer in front of the pack, rising above McAdam. Maybe McAdam could have had it had Archer not been there.
League leaders have bounced back here, North Melbourne, within 11 points. Ashenko, Harding both missing that one. Schwass over the top of it, and free kick. Team to be holding it. Pike out of the centre. And goes right down the corridor for Sumich and Martin. They both ran underneath it. Oh, again, McIntosh, very well played. Lewis under pressure this time. unable to take the footy. Langdon off the ground, out on the full.
So that's an indication of the pressure that's out there, because Lewis was out by himself. Didn't realise, thought maybe some North player is breathing down his neck, but that's indicative of the pressure that's being experienced by both players from both sides.
Ken McIntosh to the fore, wasn't he, at centre half forward. The kick by Smith to half back, punched out and out of play. Brett Heady hasn't been quite as prolific this season as a goal scorer. And look, North Melbourne clearly on top in the centre break. Schwass having a lot to do with that fairly. Kick by Lewis over his head was pretty clever in the end. A centre half forward. Bounce important here. Scholl taps it away. Going in hard with Schwass. Chance though for Main Waring. Goes for goal from 50. Puts it right there to the square. Coming in. Sumich. What's happened? Free kick to North Melbourne.
Against Sumich.
Hanging on to Martin.
Really, I think that was that Scholl coming over the top. Should have punched the ball instead of attempting the mark.
Michael Martin then. Deep in his own defensive area, goes in short. This is Rock. Settles play down. 5 straight goals to 3-1. Rock towards the wing. Harding in best position. Interfered with by Ashenko, and will get the free kick. Petty wants to go on. Advantage is paid. Well, scant advantage there. He kicks inside the 50. McIntosh again does well. Quick kick by Lamb. Almost found the target. I'm not sure that was by design. Stevens clears the area after Langdon missed. This is Matera with support inside. Main Waring needs to be quick. He's pretty nimble. Chris Main Waring runs inside the 50. Long probing kick. Smith did well from behind. Had it got by, Lewis was camped behind the pack. That would have spelt trouble. There's Main Waring. Smith with discipline committing to that pack and forcing a minor score. 5-1 plays 3-1. There's the time remaining in this top of the table clash.
Smith to Ashenko. Ashenko in the front spot. Harding at the back. Tapped on by Main Waring. Lewis sat and waited for it. Then centering kick, not good. McIntosh had fairly with him. Waterman back to Lewis though. He's kicked 2. I was going to say he's going for a third. Well played, Ross Smith. Lamb over the top. Good job. Here's Clappe. Gave the handball away where he probably should have had a shot for goal in the end. The kick by North Melbourne straight back to Pike.
You can understand why the turnover's there. That ball's pretty hot.
That should be 50, really. Archer had no reason to grab him. He arrived 2 steps late.
Pike goes to full forward. Sumich made a lead. Comes back. Clappe at the back. Big leap. Quick kick away by Blakey. Here's Matera with a chance from the pocket. Steaming in under great pressure. Kicks it high and inaccurately for a behind. So it's 5-2 to 3-1. Matera, Main Waring starting to get touches. And it's a 13-point game at this stage.
John Blakey.
North Melbourne playing the huddle. West Coast manning them up, man on man.
Blakey has Laidley. Goes for distance and gets plenty of it. Jakovic the leaper from behind. Scholl camped in front. Boots it back through the middle. Almost a clever mark taken there by Archer. This is German. Well done. Gets it across to support. Allison boots it out wide. McAdam in close attendance there. There's Brennan.
Actually, it was McAdam who, I think, initiated that action, and accidentally Brennan got him.
Must admit I didn't see it.
Well, watch this. Look, it's McAdam, I think, the instigator. Look, he's going in, and it was Brennan who just stuck the elbow up.
Meantime, Rock's got the ball and wants to go on with it, but the ball will come back. The mark has been taken down the ground in the pocket by Longmire, so plenty happening here at the WACA ground, and the crowd still hostile over that last decision. McAdam seems to be okay, and Longmire has the ball in the right full forward pocket. He's kicked 37 goals this season. He won the goal kicking back in 1990. John Longmire. North getting back into this, and that's a magnificent kick. Goal for 1 to 5-2.
There's one of the main goal kickers. You see blood on his Guernsey. He must have cut his head, Longmire. Larkin back on the bench, so Ramiro is back on the ground. Here is the play leading up. McAdam. You can see there Longmire being held. Hand over the shoulder. And a good kick for goal.
Impressive performance by North Melbourne to get back within 7 points. Pikes kick out of the centre, Heady, and Ross Smith, and free kick to Heady against Smith, are hanging on. And Heady well within distance for him at 50 metres.
Play a similar type of game that both these sides are not big on handball, but they do kick the ball long. They don't have as many kicks as the opposition sides. They kick the ball very long.
16 goals in his 10 matches to date in 1993. Will kick from just inside 50, and he's done it very well, right there for a goal. A real sharpshooter, Brett Heady, and West Coast getting a quick reply on Longmire's goal, and they're up to 6-2 to 4-1.
Well, he kicked one goal last week, Heady, against Sydney, and there's Harding going off the ground, so Hines must be on. Now, when Hines did come on last week, he certainly gave them a bit of bite. He kicked 3 goals. Here's Heady's goal, his first for the night. What a terrific game of football we've got here. Free kick, it's going West Coast way.
Centre square infringement. Hines has got the free. It's a good start for him. On for the last 5 minutes of the term. Kicks inside the 50. Big pack into the air. This is Clappe. Hooks it down towards full forward. Going back with the flight of the ball is Scholl. Langdon almost stole it. Fairly standing start. Boots it back towards half back. Pike first to arrive. Went looking for Matera. Chopped out there by Stevens. Around the outer side he goes, and that's a good long kick. Carey was held. Matters not. That was a strong mark in front.
Doing it well, isn't he, Carey?
That'll be a feature tonight. Jakovic and Carey. Centering kick coming out. Longmire. He's got this ball right on the 50. It'll take a good kick from here.
Actually, not much closer than what Carey was to goal, but he's certainly opened up the face of the goal, I suppose.
Kicking at his second. The lead currently is 13 points. That's a marvellous kick straight through the middle. It's back to 7 points. Just over 4 minutes remain.
Well, what a game of football we've got here.
I was going to say, Don, it's one of the best first quarters we've seen, isn't it?
Oh, I didn't think that the way North Melbourne started, I thought West Coast have really got a job in front of them. Then they came back hard, West Coast, then it looked like North about, but they've fought back well. This is a magnificent kick from Longmire. His second goal.
6-2, 5-1. 7-point ball game. Schwartz did a good job because West Coast was in the running there, and then got a quick kick away and got pushed as well. So he's earned a couple of kicks there, Wayne Schwartz, and will take it from half back. He's been the dominant player in the centre square in this first term. His kick towards Ashenko at centre half forward was outnumbered in the end. Carey is becoming important. Ramiro on the run. Left foot towards McAdam, jostling, and well played Brennan that time.
The umpire's too far away. He was on the 50-metre line.
Ramiro, who's also on that 50-metre line to McAdam, who's caught by Matera, but gets the handball to Stevens. Centering kick to the goal square. Roberts at the back. Good lead, good grab. It's a lovely kick, by the way. Going right to the square. And this has been the silent partner. Roberts, Don, with Longmire, Carey and McAdam getting most of the headlines this year. Roberts also has made a contribution with 24 goals so far in 10 matches. Make that 25 in 11 so far.
Well, the way you like the ball delivered if you're a forward is the way that these sides do it. Get it down quickly with one kick from midfield and catch the opposition out. And look what happens here on the 50-metre line. Ramiro goes back onto it, the handball, McAdam. And then there's Stevens, a long one from 60 metres out. And it really puts the backman under a lot of pressure, and it really does help your forwards down the ground if you can get the ball down there quickly.
Malthouse on the bench.
North Melbourne
by North.
North Melbourne have had 5 different goal kickers, and so have the West Coast.
North were 25 points down in the early going. Back to a point the difference. Ashenko favoured by the bounce, gets it down. Archer's kick wobbles down about 15 metres towards goal. German going towards half forward. Tidy hand pass. Schwartz under the pump as a result, goes for the boundary line. It spills out of bounds and will be thrown in. Down towards right half forward then for North. And a chance that they may lead at quarter time despite that explosive start by the West Coast Eagles. Hines and Ashenko. Ashenko again. Matera, or rather Romero. On towards the boundary line, it's out of bounds and will be tossed in. Jose Romero trots back. Seems to be okay. Didn't have the ball, should have got a free kick, nothing doing. Lamb's kick towards the wing, taken by Wilson. Arches the back, goes back infield. Obliging bounce for Hines on the burst. He chips inside the 50. Here comes Sumic, he's surrounded. Taken by Stevens. Stevens kicks back towards the centre. How will it bounce? Nicely for Archer. Feeds Rock on the wing. In more ways than one. He kicks inside the 50. Longmire reaches over the top of Schenko, cast in the role of a rover there. Still they go. Well played by German. Bumped off it eventually. McKenna's over the ball now. Down goes Carey. Knocks it out. Well played. German's got it. 10 metres in from the line. Towards the kickoff line. Brennan's in trouble now. He ran on his knees. I swear. He gets it to Worsfold, who chips it out wide, and the mark is held by Matera.
Exciting passage of play, couple of mistakes made. Excellent recovery in the end by Brennan. Here's Matera. He's had 5 and 1 before this, so his 7th possession. Just chips away to half-back, finds his man in Waterman. You get the feeling if it comes down to a shootout, and it's 6 goals apiece at the moment, that North's got more firepower long-term. So Pikes kicked the centre wing. Big fly by Wilson over the back. Fairley fell on top of it and gets a free kick. 12 goals in this exciting opening term. Remembering West Coast led 5-1 early on. Fairley's kicked back to centre half forward.
Smart play.
By Jakovic it was, Scott. Don. Rock. I'm with you. Waterman. Hampson's come onto the ground. And it'll be a free kick. And it's going to West Coast inside the last half a minute of this opening term. Chris Waterman. Centre wing. Seconds ticking away, and still a long way from goal. Pike made the lead. It's very short, takes the mark. Plays on, handball back to Waterman, again short. Romero chips in, and that's probably it for the opening term. So Romero from half-back, and North will be very pleased with this effort as the siren sounds, and the Kangaroos have done a very good job to get back after West Coast spirited away early. At quarter time of the WACA, before a full house, it's West Coast 38 to North Melbourne 37. Stevens did a very good job also in that opening term with 6 and 1. It's 6-2 to 6-1 at the WACA. A point the difference. Archer to Stevens, whose 8th possession goes towards full forward. Longmire at the back this time, White in front and takes the mark. Longmire with a couple of outstanding goals in the first term. Here's McKenna up to centre wing. Wilson attacked it strongly. Terrific pressure by Laidley. Left-hand handball missed its mark. Probably should have done better there. Had 2 options and missed both. And Rowan Saw's running in to take control of it. So right in front of us here, a full house on a cool but delightful evening for football. And North Melbourne right back in business after West Coast led by 24 points in that opening term.
Roberts towards the boundary line. And Lamb, who's been very busy, pushes the ball across. 8 kicks in the opening term for Dwayne Lamb.
And that confirms what I was just going to say. He's doing very well on Rock.
Talk about cool tonight. Certainly not akin to the MCG last Saturday. So for that matter, Waverley.
Here if you're a Melburnian.
Lewis gets it away. Waterman back towards the wing. That was clever by Laidley. So Schwass, probing kick inside the 50. White worked under the ball. Longmire got his hands to it. It falls to German, 45 metres out. Hoisted high down towards full forward as Schenko is there. It was fisted away by Brennan, crashing in his Carey, who hand passes towards the boundary line. It runs across and will be thrown in. Shake of the head from Wayne Carey. North Melbourne have been in town quite a while now. They arrived about lunchtime yesterday. Schenko superbly. Carey in trouble. Had it a long time. Archer away to McAdam. Tries to pull it back. It bends a lot late, but too late. Minor score. McAdam. 1 goal tonight so far. So 39 goals on the season. He's on target to post the fastest 50 in AFL history. Currently, Alan Jakovic has the record, reaching 50 in 9 games. This is game number 7 for Adrian McAdam. White goes in short, very short. Rock got a hand to it, runs free behind. This is German. Gets it across to Schwass again. Schwass forward of the centre, runs to just outside the 50. Long kick down towards the kick-off line. Schenko and/or Archer. Archer's mark.
Isn't it good to see a ruckman down in the forward pocket? North Melbourne have got Schenko down in the forward pocket, and the way they play the game, you can see there they're predictable in as much as soon as they get it around 50 metres, and Schwass did on that occasion, the ball goes very quickly into the forward line, and you can catch the opposition out now because they all play smaller back pockets.
Gutsy marked that one. So Archer, he's been all over the ground tonight. Kicking at his second. That's close. It's a goal.
It's his second goal, Archer. 2 good marks in the forward line. In front of the pack. He's got a lot of courage, this young man. His second season of AFL football. Rock just getting a hand to it. And watch Schwass. Predictable. He goes back onto the left foot, and then from 50, a high ball. And Waterman's the man who's got the job on Schenko.
North back in front. They've kicked 6 of the last 7 goals. That North Melbourne goal square, interesting. There's 6 players in there. 3 from both teams. Hines with a big run at it. McIntosh's free kick. From the centre square was one of West Coast's outstanding players in the first half of the opening term. He's kicked towards Wilson, who stopped and propped. Matera made a rare mistake for him. Left foot round the body by Smith towards the boundary line. Good defending kick out of play. West Coast bench, Harding looking on, and he went off at about the 22-minute mark of the first term, replaced by Hines. Roberts doing some ruck work here against Hines. Left foot by Lamb, didn't go very far. Ramiro tried to chop it off. Heady off the ground. This is Hampson, gives it back to Lamb, who has been prolific. The kick, a difficult one for Sumich. Martin went with him. Langdon was there with Scholl. Sumich trying to crash through. There was a boot going in there. North Melbourne defending resolutely. Off the ground there by Scholl to Lewis. It was a hot one. Pressure came on him from Archer. Here's Mainwaring. Back to Lewis. He's got some time now to do something constructive. Going to centre. Up towards full forward. Sumich, McIntosh there. Martin well played. Thumps it away. Blakey gets a free kick, and North Melbourne have done a good job there to get out of that. Crocker, by the way, not playing for North Melbourne, and Clarkson was the late replacement there. So Blakey, who's back in the team after about a 5-week absence from half-back.
Towards the outer side, Carey. Let it land on his chest, plays on immediately. This is Rock through the middle. Goes looking for Longmire. Good lead, good kick. Didn't have to break stride.
He could kick this if the first quarter is any indication. He let one go from 50 metres. Longmire, a beautiful kick. But that's also a beautiful kick and a good lead. No hope at all. White of cutting that out.
North looking very good now. Longmire, not a good kick. Got the numbers down there though. Carey in front, almost the mark. Schenko did the hard work. That was clever by Schenko. He blocked the run of Brennan, knowing his teammate Carey is possibly the best mark in the league. Given his time again, Carey, I think, would like another crack at that one. Here's White in the pocket. 7-3 plays 6-2. Just under 20 minutes till half-time. White towards the wing. McIntosh Fairley had a hand on the shoulder. It's out of bounds. We'll have a throw in right on the wing. Ian Fairley. Fine servant of North Melbourne over many seasons. Thrown in. Hines, athletically, clean possession, hooks it down towards half forward. Heady's in front, fisted away by Smith, out of bounds right half forward, and another throw in.
Roberts and Hines again.
It's interesting looking at the North Melbourne goal square. There's 6 players in the North Melbourne goal square.
McIntosh's quick kick. Smith and also Scholl. Well done, Scholl to Blakey. Another quick kick away, but this time to Lamb. Lamb from the centre square. Sumich one out this time. Martin with him. No free kick paid. Martin had a little more time in the end than I think he realised. A defending kick and out of play. So the result not bad for North Melbourne.
This is Sumich and Martin getting involved here. Maybe a little nudge by Martin. But just going back to that goal square at the other end. Carey is up on the square, the centre square, 6 players in the goal square.
Wilson, Martin in the front spot from Sumich. Well played again, Mickey Martin. Remembering that John Rogers suspects that both Sumich and Martin may have been reported in that opening term. Free kick coming back to West Coast. Relayed back now to Mainwaring. Short kick to Heady. Stretch, good mark. Probably a little too far out to score this time. He's going to kick from about 57 or 58. He's going to go short again for Lewis, who did this in the opening term where he found some space, received a short pass, and on that occasion he kicked the first of his 2 goals.
And with Harding coming back on the ball, Oshenko has now gone onto the ball from North Melbourne, so that breaks up the goal square, the North Melbourne goal square, where there were 6 players standing. This is, as Bruce called, the identical play to what happened in the first quarter. Lewis kicked a goal down the other end. This is his 3rd chance for his 3rd.
Is it a set played on?
Oh, I don't think there's much set play goes on up on that forward line, especially in a pressure game like tonight.
And he's kicked it very well for goal. So 3 to Lewis. That's a big result so far in a big game, and the Eagles bounce back to within a point at 7-2 to 7-3.
He's doing well tonight, Lewis. But what he does do is a lot of tackles that people don't realise. He's one of the best tacklers in the league, Lewis. He really does chase and harass. But tonight he's showing his goal-kicking prowess. That's his 3rd. And aren't they kicking some beautiful goals, the players tonight, from a long way out?
It's living up to its billing this game. Back in the middle. Oshenko, who's dominant, gets it down. Pike, though, the hurried kick out of the middle towards half forward. Smith comes to meet it. He's having a wonderful season. He runs it out towards the boundary. Nicely done. Props and kicks towards the wing. Lewis had to go. Got a fist on it. Opportunity for Stevens. Well shepherded by Carey. Well read by Jakovic. And again well played. Lamb. It ricochets off a North Melbourne player. Comes across to Hampson. Hampson forward of the wing towards half forward. North have got the numbers. Smith stands his ground and takes a defiant mark to Laidley, who runs away from half back. Long kick through the middle towards half forward. Fisted away by McKenna. Schwass left it behind. Roberts came out in reverse. How did he do that? Long kick down towards the kickoff line. McAdam works his way in front. Longmire tries to hack it out of the air.
Free kick.
Reynolds getting a free.
Yes, against Longmire.
Well, plenty was happening there. I think it was against McAdam. This short one goes across to Waterman, who decides to run it out. Sweeping hand pass. Pike, forward of half back, kicks through the wing, looking for the runner. The mark is held by Matera. Well, he found one. Sweeping hand pass in turn. Bounces just inside the 50. Hines dragged off it. Laidley's got it now. Laidley, a look of determination on the face. Got it to Schwass, to Scholl, to Stevens. Like reading the phone book, he goes in towards midfield. Over the top, getting a fist on it, Mainwaring. In goes Harding. He's confronted by Archer. It spills across to Waterman. Waterman alongside this centre circle. Nimbly gets it across to Lamb. The hand pass not good. Schwass thumps it back. Crashing in out there is Rock. On his knees is Lamb. Only as far as Romero towards half forward, and Carey slides in. Plays on nicely to Allison. Goal coming up. Archer runs to 40, measures it, and puts it through. Ooh. He's got 3.
Jakovic will have to get in front of Carey. Carey's leading him in the run for the ball. And it was Carey who set it up. He's prepared to dish it out, Carey, with the hands, and watch him on this occasion. Takes the easy chest mark in front, getting away, and then left hand, Allison and Archer all by himself. That's his 3rd.
Archer only kicked 5 goals previously in AFL competition. He's got 3 so far tonight. Carey with 4 marks and 7 touches. Matera out of the centre. Harding's kick up towards half forward. Blakey, who's had a pretty good term, sweeps the handball. North Melbourne's play has been outstanding and stirring. Stevens has kicked towards Carey again, who's right on top of Jakovic at the moment. The battle of the Tyros. Carey's kicked the full forward. McAdam waits. Longmire. McAdam a stretch. Roberts over the top. Another one. Oh, they're rampaging now, North. 2-2 Roberts, and North Melbourne have raced up to 9-3 to 7-2.
Well, I told you earlier about the long kick, and again, it couldn't even be more evident in this passage of play. The long kick from Stevens, and then in turn a long kick from Carey. That's the quickest way to get the ball down the ground. And Roberts coming over the top. Good snap.
Just under 15 minutes till half-time. And there's the margin, 13 points. Schenko favoured by the bounce. Thumps it down towards half-forward. Matera had a look. This is Rock. Feeds the hand pass to Dean Laidley, who's been lively in this term. He kicks it down towards centre half-foot. Big pack at the fall of the ball. Matera gets back. With poise, comes away. Little chip pass to Lamb. The best Eagle tonight so far. And not far behind him, this man. Lewis to Pike. Bounces nicely for him. Good chase, though, by North. Lamb still kicks under pressure down towards the 50, and as a result, that pressure enables Smith to take the mark 40 metres away. Blakey on the overlap. High kick back towards the wing. Carey could have been interfered with. Djakovic over the top. Carey to Roberts. Schwass goes looking for Longmire. Longmire forced to come from behind there. Was he carried forward? Not according to the umpire. Carey to Schwass. Great falling hand pass.
Gee, the way the North Melbourne players anticipated what was happening there when Longmire went after the ball. Carey and Schwass, terrific stuff.
And Brennan, good anticipation too, to take that defensive mark. Finds Lamb. Lewis is on for the short pass.
16 touches for Lamb, 13 and 3. Lewis with 3 goals. Normally a good kick. Heady had to wait for Blakey, who, like Laidley, from halfbacks provided a lot of rebound. And I guess you could throw Smith in this term.
He's hurt himself too, Heady.
Yeah, he's in a bit of trouble, isn't he, Don?
Word he is. He is in a lot of trouble.
So that's bad luck for Heady and bad luck for West Coast. He is in pain. You can see that grimacing. Here's Smith. Handball was intelligent. Gave Stevens the run of it. Matera just shoves him away, though. It's an important duel, and they come on to Matera, left, right and centre, and give a free kick away. Now Waterman from centre wing. North Melbourne leading by 13 points. McIntosh, great lead. Very good mark. Sumich has one out for the moment. McIntosh with a chance from here. He's going to kick from about 52.
I think
Heady's just got to go off. That's right. I've just been watching. I haven't been watching play, but I've been watching Heady, and he is in a lot of strife. I think he's done his shoulder.
Either that or he's dislocated his elbow.
We'll keep an eye, obviously, on Heady. McIntosh, fantastic kick for a goal.
Well, it's all happening as McIntosh goes in. That's a beautiful kick for goal. Now, this is the Heady incident. There's Heady, and he's in a lot of trouble. Look at him backing back. A lot of courage there. And coming over Blakey. That crash, maybe it was the fact of him going to ground on the left arm. Looks like the elbow, actually.
So Heady is off the ground. The Eagles kick their 8th goal, 8-2 to 9-3. Absorbing contest, this one. Roberts, who's been very good in this term, to Blakey, who comes storming through the middle. Good kick inside the 50. Longmire couldn't hang on. Worsfold to Mainwaring. The crowd love him. Around the outer side goes the kick. Pike. He keeps it in. He's hard against the boundary line. Good hand pass. Clappe just on the ground under pressure. Hoists it down towards half-foot. Wilson was up. Blakey tracks it towards the boundary. It'll be thrown in. Sad sight. Heady goes off the ground in great discomfort. Harding in front. Schenko reaches over the top. Blakey, who's been playing on Heady, has picked up a couple of possessions quickly.
He's gone straight up into the rooms too, Heady.
Brennan, who's been good in defence, has this ball forward of half-back. The Eagles led by 25 points early. McIntosh commits to the ball. Coming back, Blakey, a terrific mark.
Aren't those backs doing well? Laidley, Blakey and Ross Smith.
So Blakey right in the thick of it. Immediately Heady's off the ground, and Blakey has become influential. Opportunity for Worsfold. Dragged off it. Well, it was thrown out, I thought, by Lamb. And that's the call. It'll be a free kick to be taken.
Larkin, is it?
I think by Matthew Larkin. Yes, he'll be the man who gets it.
His first touch tonight, so big call there by Rowan Saws, who was in the right spot to see it. There's West Coast away, and now suddenly North Melbourne back to full forward. Roberts in the front spot, Brennan at the back. Lamb, that handball, okay, out towards Mainwaring. tries to find some space, back to Hampson, across to White. White's handball's going to put his teammate under great pressure, Worsfold. Larkin, and out of play. John Rogers, what is the official report on Heady?
Bruce, it would seem that he hyperflexed his elbow when he went to ground and he's dislocated it. So he bent it backwards, and it would seem that at this stage it's a dislocated elbow.
Thanks for that. You saw the sad sight, the pain he was in as he left the ground about 2 or 3 minutes ago. Here's Waterman. Archer, who's kicked 3 goals, wanting it to be out deliberately, but not getting that call. And North Melbourne deep in attack, right full forward, leading by 8 points. Scanned along the West Coast bench. -1 at the moment with Heady. Yashenko just got rid of Harding. Djakovic under great pressure. Larkin, who's normally a good kick, got run down though, couldn't quite get it away. Free kick to Archer.
He's having a purple night tonight, Archer. Doing everything right. Larkin just being disposed of the ball. There it is, a great tackle. Attempted tackle by McKenna, then the free kick. Maybe a little soft, but there it is there. Push Waterman.
3 goals for Archer. So he's an unlikely source tonight. McAdam, Carey, Longmire and Roberts have been their principal goal kickers all year. They've all got on the board again tonight, and suddenly Archer's come through from nowhere. Normally their defender, and he's now kicked 4 goals. So that's a real bonus, isn't it, for Dennis Pagan, to have Archer having 4 goals before half-time and North Melbourne at 10-4 to 8-2, 10-3 to 8-2.
And isn't he confident kicking for goal? As soon as the ball leaves the boot, he's walking back to the centre. Very accurate kick off the boot, Archer. Playing with a lot of confidence. 3 goals in the second term to that young man.
There's the scoreline, and there's the time remaining. Schenko. Schwarz out of the middle. Down towards half forward. Carey worked under the ball by Djakovic. It falls behind McKenna. The hurried kick back towards midfield. Stevens does nicely, but Matera does best. Or did he? Stevens came back. Terrific duels all around the ground. And one punctuating the action there. Schwarz out towards the wing. Well done by Lewis. Into the path of Lamb, confronted by Smith. Matera out wide to Lewis, who runs down towards half forward, pinpoints it beautifully, and the mark is held by McIntosh. McIntosh, who can kick it so far, sets it up down towards full forward, reaching over the top. Sumich. Schwarz has it again.
Covering
this time,
a lot of ground.
Yeah, deep in defence. Oh, well done by Rock. Laidley is at right half back. Dean Laidley relishing this at the moment. Long kick around the outer side. In front, Archer. Opportunity now for German. Still it's German over the ball. Well done, Pike. Gets it out to Hampson, who gains about 15 metres. Full chested at the ball is Wilson. He's dragged down by Rocket. Comes to Yashenko. Larkin through the middle. Brilliantly done, McAdam. 60 metres out from goal. Launches a long one. Roberts the fly from behind. Touched his fingertips.
It's a free kick. It's against Roberts.
Brennan to take it. Deep in his own defensive area. And chips it out to McKenna.
It's interesting what North Melbourne are doing with Roberts there. Every bounce down is in the centre square, then goes down to the forward pocket.
Back to McKenna. This time it's okay to Djakovic. Djakovic from half-back, centering kick. Hines goes at the back. Schwarz in the front, did well. So did Fairley, crashing through. Yashenko crashing into Lamb. Well played, Matera to Hines. Has to give a reflex handball. Harding at centre wing. High one, back to half forward. McIntosh in the front spot, Scholl with him. Missed by White, or Clapway I should say. Scholl away. West Coast players just stopped for a moment. I think anticipating a free kick. Main Waring against Yashenko was good. Schwarz a long one. Allison and also Longmire and White. Bouncing footy. Roberts came in with a good tackle on Brennan. Brennan got it to Worsfold. Worsfold to White. White to Djakovic. Larkin to close on him and put the pressure. Djakovic recovered well. Again, Larkin runs him down. Djakovic to Lewis.
Lewis close to the boundary line.
The free kick is coming back. It's coming back. It's against Larkin to Djakovic. It's a good effort by Larkin nonetheless.
Very good side North when they haven't got the ball.
Here's Main Waring calling for the
pressure
ball on the near side.
And Djakovic didn't see him. He goes around the outer side. Harding looking to spoil. Comes forward to Smith off the hands of Archer. Pulls it back inside the 50. Carey off. Fine mark.
They'll have to do something there, won't they? I don't know what they can do.
Well,
maybe Hines.
Few problems right down the spine of the ground at the moment, with the exception of McIntosh and Brennan, perhaps.
And here's Carey once again in front. Look at him using his body just so well. Strength, maybe Hines. Good look at that position.
They wouldn't be queuing up. It's a daunting prospect to try and curb this man when he's on his game. So exciting. Wayne Carey from 45 metres. It's close. I think he's missed. He has. To the near side. Just under 6 minutes till half-time. North Melbourne. A chance now to skip away. They're playing the bit of football. They lead 10-4 to 8-2. And this Eagles defence under a lot of pressure. McKenna. Low trajectory kick towards the outer side, slightly taken by Harding. Hammers a hand pass there to a teammate in Hampson. It comes unglued. Hampson gets it back to Pike. Swings it out wide to Worsfold. And the skipper takes a run. Kicks down towards the attacking 50. Out comes Sumich again. Thought he may have been pushed in the back. He was. He'll get the free.
And here is the push by Martin. He does stretch the rules a bit. And he was picked up on that occasion by the umpire. Free kick to Sumich. He's already kicked one goal. And he is well within kicking distance. It's interesting that Michael Martin's gone about 20 metres behind the mark. So he's going to run in an effort to put or distract Sumich.
Who will kick from about 53 metres, gives it a hook. And it's a behind. 8-3 now West Coast against North Melbourne's 10. In 4 of their 10 matches to date, West Coast's defence has kept the opposition to 10 goals or less, and North Melbourne's already at 10 before half-time. It's a potent attack. Pike's handball okay. Wilson's handball to Lamb. Put him under a bit of pressure. Lamb just missing his target. Well played Schwartz to put him under pressure. Hampson's handball to Hines. It's heavy traffic there. Hines well played. Out wide to Mainwaring, who took a very good mark. Clarkson providing the pressure. West Coast trying to steady against this onslaught. And the next 4 minutes important. If North could get another goal in front, would give them a decisive margin. If West Coast could snip it back, then we're back basically to square one. Mainwaring's long one to the goal square, and it's a behind.
So long in getting it down there, and the finish was a kick in hope, just hoping for someone to get it. It wasn't a very good kick off the boot.
So 2-goal game at this stage. 8 goals 4 to 10-4. North Melbourne in front. Smith out to half back. Harding wrestling there with the Schenko, and a free kick going to Harding, the man in front. Goes for the pass. Sumich provided the first lead. Ross Smith thumped it away from Clappe, and again out of play. So packed house here. Every ticket sold. Sell out on Monday. And they've got their money's worth so far. If you're a dyed-in-the-wool West Coast, you'd be a little nervous at this stage, just before half-time.
Fairley grabs it and boots it towards the outer side. Hampson. He's getting cracking in the last few minutes too, does well. Hooks it back inside the 50. Up in front, Hines. Good grab. Breaks it in at the second attempt.
Now, he kicked these last week, Dennis, from the 50-metre line at Sydney.
But you doubt the authenticity of the 50
up in Sydney. So this will test him. Let's see what he can do.
Hines from 52 metres. Hasn't got the carry. Sumich flies from behind, through his hands and out of bounds. David Hines started on the bench tonight. McIntosh has been very good. Pike, his 17th possession, slides it across the goal face. Down goes Rock. Martin goes after it, looking to keep it in play, and does so. Well done. Martin, a high kick towards the wing. Here comes Carey. Knocked away from him. The 97th mark. Ball taken high was Worsfold. Schwartz is going to be booked for that. The book is out.
I thought a little bit soft. Really, there was not much intent in that. Had you really cocked the elbow, you really could have taken his head off.
He appeared to have his back to Worsfold when he made contact. Still Worsfold with the ball, kicks it inside the 50. McIntosh goes after Feely. Schwass feeds it out towards Laidley. Mainwaring bearing down, and the ball is thumped across the boundary line. Inside the last 2 minutes of a riveting first half, 10-6, plays 8-4.
Schenko, Hines went with him. Now McIntosh. Schwass's tackle on him. Back to Wilson. Had to concede some ground out of play. So a minute and a half remaining. North Melbourne leading by a couple of goals. With Archer the surprise packet up forward with 4 goals for North and Lewis 3 for West Coast. Harding and Schenko again. Hines again over the back. Almost worth a kick. Here's Lewis, who has kicked 3. Gives it off to Mainwaring. Surely a goal it is. It's been a good 3 or 4 minutes for West Coast. They've kept the ball in their forward line and they've been rewarded just before half-time. And within a goal at 9-4 to 10-4.
Well, the old 50 stuff of one buttling in front and the opposition, the teammate coming up over the back and hitting it well. Lewis lucky to get on, who's led to the ball, but Mainwaring, I'll try that again. Mainwaring doing so well off the wing.
Just over a minute till half-time. We're showing 9-4 to 10-4. Both scoreboards at the ground are showing 10-6. This is Lamb towards half forward. In front, Laidley. Could have almost been paid the mark. He was paid the free kick. How many points have you got for North, Don? You keep those?
I don't keep the rush points. I only keep the points that are kicked by players, so I can't throw any light on it, Dennis.
Sorry, Don. So Laidley's got the ball at centre half back. He comes out towards the members' side. Harding goes from behind to Schenko. Well done by German, gets the hand pass to Stevens, who certainly was taken high, and he will get the free kick. Despairing tackle from Hampson as we come down towards the last half minute. Can North get a late goal? Stevens, who's been very good again tonight. Long kick. Carey works his way in front. Couldn't hang on. Wilson made something out of nothing. Clarkson. Harding ran into him. Lamb tries to go off the ground. Romero did well. Gets it out to Schwass. High kick. Roberts got hands to it. Dropped the mark and McKenna comes away.
To Lamb, who's been a great source for West Coast in this opening half. Brennan's kick okay. To Pike, who's also been a big possession getter. His kick to the 50-metre line. McIntosh tried to work himself into it. And there's the siren for half-time, with Laidley running in hard on Clappe. So it's been a magnificent first half. We will double-check the score, but at half-time we can tell you that North Melbourne is at least a goal in front. In fact, we reckon our scores are spot on at 10-4 to 9-4. So it was a first half that had everything. Outstanding goal shooting, free-flowing footy, plenty of pressure. We think at least 3 reports. Brett Headey's unfortunate injury and high-quality footy. It's what you'd expect from the top 2 teams in the competition.
Wayne Schwass coming off the ground. He's had 17 possessions to half-time as the Eagles group up. There's our scoreline. 6 points the difference. 64 plays 58. Top of the table stuff at the WACA.
The second half.
Actually, Archer has got 4 goals, 3 in the second quarter and 1 in the first.
Goal the difference here, North Melbourne in front. Harding goes, had an airy there as he tried to sweep it away. Matera off the ground. Laidley did pretty well because he looked as if he'd fall over quickly and give it away to Wilson. The handball by Matera gives Pike a chance. Another possession for him. Blakey, who had such an outstanding second term, takes the mark, sweeps the handball out to Laidley, who's got just enough time to steady and go with a long one to centre wing. Martin right up the ground. And a free kick there going against West Coast and coming back to Peter German. Not a lot of possessions, but he's done some of the hard work, German. Archer got caught under it then, and I think he was expecting Carey or one of the other forwards to come in at the back, and it was taken by West Coast. Mainwaring sweeps it wide. Pike has started with a couple of touches in the first minute.
Goes in short. Brennan just carried to him. Takes the fingertip, and now he plays on. Hetty, incidentally, is sitting near that ball. He's on the bench.
It's interesting to see McAdam right up on centre wing. Now the runner is out there with him. Maybe he's gone a little bit too far. That's the North Melbourne runner, Russell Green.
Laidley back towards the wing. Schenko up in front. Archer can't keep it in. There's a little hang gliding there, and it will be thrown in.
Looking down on the North Melbourne back line, Blakey is by himself. Or is it Laidley? Laidley's now trotting over to where the action is, but he was by himself.
Lamb. Almost another possession. Pike. Stolen by Larkin. He puts it down towards the 50. In front, Jakovic. Carey did well. McAdam, the hurried kick, gained about 25 metres. Carey tries to knock it across to Allison. Allison did very nicely, kept his eye on the ball, but a kick. Not all that flash. Marked by McKenna. In the very last line of defence to Mainwaring. Was getting back deep and out of the back pocket. He sends play to the member's side. Hampson will need to go here close to the boundary line. He keeps it in. No, he doesn't. Just trickles across the line. And we've got a throw in. Damien Hampson, who made his senior debut last week, was originally drafted by Carlton back in 1990. I think he played more than a dozen reserves games for the Blues. Schenko to German, who kicks it down to the 50. Worsfold in deep trouble now, does well to Waterman. Hurries at about 15 metres. Schenko against the flow did nicely. Harding an opportunity across half back.
And then across the ground to Brennan, who can provide some rebound. McIntosh playing at full forward now for West Coast. Sumich right up the ground. He goes with Martin. Pretty important ball here because West Coast in attack with a chance, but Martin took it away from Sumich. Centering kick was okay. Found Larkin. Came off the interchange bench, Larkin, in the opening term. When Ramiro went off injured, he's kicked to centre half forward. Pack of players, Carey, who's been so outstanding this season and a very big contributor in the first half. Punched away from Wilson, or by Wilson. Pike's left-hand handball was very good to Jakovic. To Mainwaring, a build-up here to Matera. Matera tried to slip the opponent, then went with a left-hand handball to Wilson. Wilson's short kick, Lewis on a long lead. Half volleyed it okay, got a good bounce. Oh. Turns cleverly. Goes to the pocket with a great kick. Oh, class, wasn't it?
Wasn't that terrific play?
He's found his old confidence and form, hasn't he, in the last week or two?
I was impressed with the way he led Smith to the ball. He gave Smith yards. And his confidence certainly is very high after he kicked those early goals.
When he's on, he's one of the best finishers in the game, Lewis, and that finish was pretty good to McIntosh. He's tucked away in the pocket, this to bring the scores up level. McIntosh's kick across the face, big fly by Sumich, and also Hines, off the ground by Fairley. Oh, well played Hampson to get rid of his opponent. Still with a bit of room and space, centering kick, a good one. Oh, Wilson made a very bad mistake. Does recover, still under some pressure. Left foot goes for goal, puts it, no, misses. I was going to say puts it through to make it all square, but it's a 5-point game. Wilson, just the first mistake, put him under the pressure. Had he been able to take the mark, he may have been, well, he should have been able to go. That makes sense, Dennis?
Absolutely. On the outer side, Roberts has got the ball.
It's well up the ground too, Roberts.
Terrific game of football, this one. Roberts around the outer side. Carey, the meat and the sandwich, Mainwaring. Plenty of the ball. McKenna slaps it wide, intended for Pike. It goes across the line and will be thrown in.
He works hard, Schwash. Just watching him then go over and just lay the tackle. He's chasing.
At the present time, Wayne Schwass running second in the Sports World Player of the Year award. This one is thumped out of bounds by Wilson.
Now he's going down, just talking about Schwash, now going down to the forward pocket, so is Roberts. So those North Melbourne players really do run a long way up the ground.
Harding in front, Schenko over the top, wins it down. Comes back to him. Schenko feeds it out to Larkin, to Stevens, hugging the boundary, kicks it down towards half forward. McKenna almost. Jakovic, a chance to tidy up behind. Hurried kick, floats it back towards the wing. They come from all directions. Harding, good mark. Wanted it most there to Matera. Oh, and Matera's away. And the crowd electrified immediately. He kicks inside the 50. Great disposal. Hits McIntosh on the lead.
You see why this man's quick. The way he got away from Scholl. Now, Scholl is no mean player when it comes to running across the ground. He's very quick as well, Scholl. That man got away from him.
There's McIntosh then. Likely to get the distance here. Kicks from just inside the 50. No, he slides it across the face. Oh, good mark, Fairley. No, not paid. Sumich slaps it out. And Smith heads for the line. Fairley pleads his case. Nothing doing there. Sumich pushed up to centre half forward. 9-6 plays 10-4. The Eagles creep closer. They've come from behind to win twice this season, against Geelong in round 7 and St Kilda in round 10. Ashenko.
Halfback was looking to give off a handball. Unable to do so. Goes back. High labouring kick up the centre wing. Carey and Jakovic has been a highlight.
In front again.
It's been one of many highlights tonight. Well played, Carey, to give Allison a run. Jermaine Waring did a good job, and so did Allison. Here's Jakovic from half-back. Ashenko in the box seat. He'll be sandwiched. Well played by Harding to thump it forward. Blakey. High one. Fairley has to sit and wait. Hines gets back. Oh, good mark.
Harding hurt himself too in that last confrontation.
Kick to Rock was always going to put him under pressure. Now Lamb just looking for Hines. Got a reasonable bounce. Handball back to Hampson. Well played, Fairley. Back to Hines. Defensive part of centre wing, and Allison off him and out of play. So goals suddenly a bit harder to get. 10-4 to 9-6. Two top teams in the competition at halfway, putting on a spectacle. The stage is large tonight, and they haven't disappointed anyone. Mainwaring's kick.
Look at Fairley. And his effort being recognised by John Blakey.
With Clappe there, Fairley. Now Roberts, Hines, Ashenko comes in from the side. Tried to get off a handball. Not really effective. Blakey went to ground. McKenna's handball back to Worsfold to Hampson.
Hampson from 75 metres out. It bounces inside the 50. McIntosh tried to deflect it to Lewis. It's picked up by Matera. Great evasion, Matera. Matera from 35 metres out puts it through. Inspirational goal.
His second. Scholl down for North Melbourne, but he's up. As Matera kicked that goal, coming down off wing. Again, in front was McIntosh. Matera seemed to open up for him, but then again you can see Scholl in the foreground. Injured, just couldn't get to his feet.
And the wizard of the WACA puts them back in front, the West Coast Eagles, to lead by 2 points. Harding goes over Ashenko this time. That's been rare tonight. Taken by Stevens, who boots it down towards half forward. We've got the makings of an epic here. Pushed out of bounds by Archer. So much pride on the line. It's been full-on total commitment tonight. Archer having a very good night. He's kicked 4 goals. He's on the forward line now. We've got this throw in. Down towards left half forward for the Kangaroos. Ashenko. Body to body with Harding. It falls behind. Ashenko.
No, I thought that was just a case of strength and bulk on that occasion by Ashenko.
So did I. Worsfold hugs the boundary with the kick.
Martin and Sumich. Sumich got rid of Martin. Was it out of play? Must have been. Throw in.
It's an interesting move, Sumich at centre half forward. I wonder if his fitness is good enough to be able to play that position, because you've got to run around a bit.
And he has had fitness problems this year, Dom, with injuries. Ashenko won the tap. Roberts' left foot around his body. Back to Harding at centre wing. East Coast going through a good period here. Late in the first half and early in the second half. Jakovic's kick rebounds off to Matera, who's electrifying West Coast with a centering kick. Wonderful play, Smith. Not paid. Slipped out of his hands. Here's Wilson trying to crash his way through. Caught seemingly forever. Lewis tapping it in front of him. No free kicks. Umpiring letting it go. Roberts has got it. The crowd hoot and boo, but North Melbourne come away. Roberts through the centre to Larkin. Larkin's left-hand handball. Allison can goal. 50 metres out. This would be damaging. Goes for it. Gives it a run. There's a touchdown. Might have just missed. Oh, great footy, isn't it? From one end to the other. 10-6 to 10-5. And Wilson in the hands of the trainer there. And that big play at centre half forward. Well, North Melbourne has overcome two of the biggest obstacles in football this year, the Western Oval and Footscray, Victoria Park and Collingwood. They couldn't quite get over Adelaide, and at the moment they've got a great chance in Perth. Carey, and it's not completely beyond him here, though he didn't quite get it as he goes to the goal square.
They'll contest right on the kick-off line. No contest. There's that man again, Archer. As we said just moments ago, he's kicked 4. The most unlikely of heroes. Glenn Archer at point-blank range now for his 5th.
Interesting, isn't it? See Waterman, his opponent behind. Look at the despair on his face as Archer took that mark.
Archer gets the goal. North are back in front. They've got a handful of supporters on hand here at the WACA Ground. 11-5, plays 10-6.
Well, that's how he's kicked, I'd say, at least 3 or 4 of his goals, Archer, by drifting. This time behind the pack, but he has been drifting in front. Better judgment on that occasion. He's just having a night out.
(11-5, 10-6, 71-66 here. North Melbourne back in front.
Roberts in the centre square. See on the right-hand side of screen.
Yes, as you said earlier, Don, he's been doing that all night and then going up forward. Larkin tried to crash his way through. Here's Roberts in the picture at the moment. Rock, well done to squeeze it out to Allison, who's had some very good moments. Allison with a left foot gets the distance. Oh, not quite touched behind.
Now Roberts is going onto the back line, picking up Langdon.
So goal the difference. We're back to where we were at half-time. 11-6, 10-6.
North Melbourne got the outriders and the West Coast grouping at centre-half back.
Now White to the centre square, the edge of it. Ashenko and Harding.
Oh, now come on. See, you're being technical now, umpire.
Matera, the advantage was given to West Coast. Matera's kick up towards the 50-metre line. Fairly back on it. Has time to steady and kick it back towards centre wing. Stevens.
Oh, good mark. Over the top, no. Play on's the call. McKenna tidies up, goes in short to Lewis. Lewis has kicked 3. Langdon involved again, this time with Stevens. Meantime, Chris Lewis at right half forward. North back in front, narrowly. Lewis goes in short, coming on the lead down there. Clappe got a hand to it. Rock nicely. Very high kick. Back goes Harding. That's about all Rock could do there. Kick it high. Buy some time for the players to come and compete with Harding, but they didn't get there in time. So Harding, a deep breath. Back inside the 50. McIntosh. Superb leap. Not paid. And the ball is out of bounds. And it will be thrown in right on the 50. No, it's going to be a free kick now against Lewis.
Actually, it's just interesting. While all that was going on, the emergency umpires run from his box on the outer wing right to centre half forward to have a word to somebody.
Meantime, Laidley boots it to midfield. Down goes Mainwaring. Hand passes it straight up in the air against the flow. Roberts did well. Feeds Stevens. The hurried kick down towards half forward. Foot race towards the outer side. This will be interesting. Schwass and Pike. Pike leads back. In trouble, could almost be holding the ball. Rock goes in. Lamb brilliantly done. Shrugs off a tackler. Now it's Carey and Jakovic. Carey, quick hands at close quarters. Stevens off the ground. Schwass, 60 metres out, pulls it back towards full forward. Longmire, fisted away by White. Allison, quick hands. McAdam, 30 metres out. And he's missed. McAdam missing to the right. And the margin is out to 7 points. So goals can't come in.
This is his worst game, isn't it? 1-2 so far, Adrian McAdam.
Goals can't come as they did in the first half, I was going to say, Don. The tempo has slowed a little bit. They're slugging it out now.
German and Waterman. I guess if you talk about flows and styles, that'd suit West Coast in comparison to North Melbourne in the first half. Clappe on a lead. Blakey with him. Still in play. Hampson. North Melbourne. Allison's handball. Very good to Ashenko, who also did a great job. He's kicked the centre half for Carey. The right place at the right time.
Jakovic behind. He has been in front. previous occasions in the third quarter. He was caught behind a lot in the first half. Schenko doing it well, showing some skill for a big fellow.
1 goal to Carey. He's kicking from about 40 metres out, and that's another one. So the captain's got 2. He's also taken 8 marks, and North Melbourne slip away at 12-7, 10-6. I reckon the next goal is pretty important now.
Here's the build-up once again. Some desperate stuff. Allison across to the running Schenko. Just gets tackled by Mainwaring, which was a good effort by Mainwaring.
Just under 11 minutes till three-quarter time. Harding and Schenko, it falls at their feet. Larkin, the kick smothered. Harding hooks it back across his body. Archer thumps it down towards centre half forward. Carey couldn't control it. Taken by Matera. Having a fine turn. He breaks away from half back. Probing kick down towards half forward. Sumich and Martin. It runs free behind. Taken by Blakey. Gets the kick away quickly. It goes out towards the boundary line and will be thrown in. Mark Roberts, a good player. A much travelled one. Having a good night. One down by Fairley, the man we were speaking of. Boots it towards the wing. Harding getting more possessions in this term. Takes the mark. His mobility coming into play now. Running away from Schenko. He's on the wing. Kicks inside the 50. Only just. McIntosh, was he held? Not according to the umpire. And now Lewis and Scholl get involved. And we'll have a throw in. Just on the 50, just outside. Hines and Fairley once more. Hines this time gets it down. Waterman left it behind. Martin, that was ambitious. Going in very strongly. Waterman on Larkin. And they tie it up and we'll have a ball up.
Waterman had the job on Archer. Now Worsfold's got that job.
West Coast attacking. 55 metres away from their goal. They're trailed by just over a couple. Matera Hurl gets a free kick. He had a very solid first half by his own high standards, but he's come alight in the second half. 13 kicks and 7 handballs before this possession. It's been held onto here. Held up in his tracks by Blakey. It's been a change. Allison's gone on to Mainwaring and German now on Hampson. So Allison up on to Mainwaring. Dennis Pagan continuing to make some moves for North Melbourne. So often the man with the golden touch can do what is seemingly impossible. Now this is a tough shot. 10-6, 12-7. Matera tucked away on the angle. The drop punt. Gee, it's a good-looking kick. He's done it again. Well, he's got so many gifts, and that was one of them. To kick a goal from the pocket there, and Matera is keeping West Coast very much in this game at 11-6 to 12-7.
He's a little bit nonchalant, wasn't he? When he kicked that, Matera, he laid back into it. Sporting the new haircut. A good player, a goal-kicking wingman. They're hard to find.
Back in the middle. Rock, half chance. Hines overran it. Rock at the base of all of that, and a whistle. In fact, it's a free kick going to Anthony Rock, I fancy. He boots it down towards centre half forward. Carey's the target. Jakovic the flyer from behind. Schwass and Pike towards the boundary.
It's going back to Carey.
Yep, you're right. It's coming back to Carey, right on the 50. So he could go close from here. Carey, 8 marks tonight.
Jakovic behind again. You can see there.
Yes.
Left arm on left shoulder.
Hand on the shoulder. So Carey from about 58 metres puts it right towards the goal line, drifting back, showing the judgment. Mitchell White, almost a chest mark in the midst of all those flyers. White deep in his own defensive area, uses the ball nicely to Waterman, who can take it and go. It's going to be a test of fitness, the run home here. Of course, North haven't played a lot of football. Hines somehow comes away with it. Gets by Larkin. Kicks inside the 50. Over the top, the flyer was Smith. Gets it down to Roberts. And Roberts repels this attack from half-back. Floats it through the wing. Waterman goes back uncontested. Takes the mark. Waterman up from left half-back. 12-7, 11-6. The kick in his centre half forward. Langdon couldn't control it. Roberts again. He's been terrific. Charged down by McKenna. Laidley didn't have it.
Played for that, actually, Laidley.
He'll get the free. And a couple of firebrands there. Laidley and Langdon. And Rock just simmering alongside. Now 50 metres to Dean Laidley. It'll carry him down to very close to the 50.
He had a word to Langdon as he went by too.
Dean Laidley. A chance to score. He's not the most penetrating of kicks. This will test him. He'll kick from just outside the 50. But wouldn't he love this? Wouldn't he love to kick a goal? He's heeding the advice of Langdon, who's standing on the mark. His bootlace is undone. That old trick.
No, he's not wasting time. He went to the umpire and told him.
So Dean Laidley almost directly in front.
Langdon off too, and Wilson on for that indiscretion.
What can he do? Not a bad effort. Certainly got the distance. It's a goal.
Well, I'd hate to see him when he actually does penetrate one, Dennis.
That was a terrific kick.
Yeah, I thought he wasn't a penetrating kick.
Well, he didn't kick like that for me.
Oh, he's playing doggo for you.
This Parker Shawcare coach will make it.
But he's a good player, this little fella.
13-7 to 11-6. So North again pinch a break. The 13-point margin. Laidley with his goal. Doesn't kick many. That's his first for this season. Waterman through the centre. Clappe. Oh, good mark by Blakey.
Gee, are they standing solid, those defenders? Smith, Fairley, Blakey, Laidley.
Back to the centre. Ashenko and Harding. Harding at the back. Hampson. Handball was okay to Harding, who's had a lot of touches in this term, but goes straight back. Oh, gee. That wasn't standing so tall, but I guess everyone's entitled to one mistake. Blakey back to Fairley. They're going to get out of it okay, North Melbourne. Fairley back towards centre wing. Carey and Jakovic. Jakovic off his hands to Pike, who is neat as always. Matera. Wilson to run for him. Matera, the handball, perfectly weighted. Wilson centering kick. McIntosh was caught out of position, but almost took a beauty. Gee, contests well, doesn't he? The handball out from Clappe. Martin off the ground. Scholl's got a bit of time here. He should do better than run it out. Oh, he could have done a lot better than that.
That's the pressure, Bruce. It's still being applied.
Oh, okay. But he had maybe he was bad talking or something, Don, but he did have a little more time. Anyway, it's Fairley. Now Ross Smith squares up, gets onto his right foot. Back to Ashenko. Harding at the back. Worsfold and also Hampson were waiting for it. Hampson's left foot across the centre half forward, and McKenna takes the mark.
75 metres out from goal. Guy McKenna. Ripping stuff now. McKenna, long kick. Hines in front. Fisted away down there by Fairley. Scholl wrestling with McIntosh. Ball jarred loose. Clappe's got it. Crawling over him like a man going over hot coals with Scholl. Fairley slides back in. And the ball up about 35 metres out from the Eagles' attacking goal.
Nigel Smart just winced at Adelaide when you said that.
There's the bounce down then. Under 5 minutes to three-quarter time. Taken by Wilson. Shrugs one tackle and another. Wheels onto his right foot. The kick falls in short, and Blakey about 12 metres out from his own defensive goal. 13-7, 11-6. North in front. Going back with courage. Mainwaring almost the mark. He was pushed in the back by Larkin, and Mainwaring will get the free. And full credit to the umpires tonight too. They've made a contribution to this game. They've done a very good job. Mainwaring. Long kick. Down towards the kickoff line. McIntosh again gave a contest. Scholl didn't have it. He'll get the free kick. So Scholl comes to the members' side. Ashenko in front. Harding reaches over the top. Martin confronted there by Langdon. Taken by Larkin. Away to Clarkson. He's on the half-back flank. He floats one high towards the wing. Here comes Carey. Always going to be his. Yet another mark, his 9th. He goes across the ground towards centre half forward. Schwass almost. Great courage by Pike. Plucked out of there by Brennan. Interesting kick. It wobbles across the half-back line. Taken by White. He swings it out wide. It pitches and runs on some 25 metres across the boundary line.
13-7 North Melbourne, 11-6 West Coast.
They've made a change, West Coast. They've got Djakovic off Carey, and Brennan's got the job. Djakovic, I think, going up onto the ball. McKenna coming back onto Allison.
Left foot by Larkin. We saw the hit outs a moment ago in North Melbourne's favour. Well, there was an empty seat. They must have gone to get a coffee because it's a full house here. 85-72. Scoring not quite so easy in this term. German got it from Larkin. A couple of famous North Melbourne names. They've been around for a bit. McKenna straight to the boundary line. Nothing subtle in that movement and out of play. Must hold here, West Coast. North Melbourne get another goal. It'll be the biggest margin they've had for the night. Remembering that West Coast led by 4 goals after that heady start they had in the opening term. There's Sumich off the ground with Heady. So Heady badly injured, as we know, and Sumich taking a break.
On a good day, a lot of scoring power there, Bruce.
Absolutely. The 2 men that you'd expect most of their goals from.
Clarkson does well in a tight situation. Here's Larkin just outside the 50. Drops it back deftly, taken by Roberts to Clarkson. Hard against the boundary line. He goes for home. It's a good-looking effort. Just misses to the near side. Sharp angle. Just over 2 minutes to three-quarter time. The clock runs down now to 2:05.
Djakovic picking up Roberts.
Kick comes in quickly. Favours Lamb. Gathers the bouncing ball. Chips towards the wing. Clappe in front at full tilt. Blakey superbly done twice. Finds Carey. Back it comes to Blakey, who runs to right half forward. Lockmeyer in best position. Bearing down was Worsfold. Well played, McKenna. Taken by Rock. And the Rover puts it out of bounds on the full in the right full forward pocket.
Terrific defensive play there. Won by Worsfold to get a fist to it.
They had the numbers, North.
McKenna too.
Worsfold. That would be a daunting prospect. But face John Lockmeyer there with the man bearing down on him like John Worsfold.
Ruckman getting caught underneath it. Lewis taking a chest mark from half back to centre wing. Langdon, Martin fairly from the side. Hines, handball okay. Waterman, good kick, great kick.
Now you've got to question the kick of McIntosh. Laidley's not a penetrating kick in Dennis's book. This man here.
Here's now.
Well, this man here might have a problem too.
What with the distance, Tom?
Well,
he's 30 metres out. He'll eat it.
He wasn't too convincing when he was kicking before in the 3rd quarter.
Are you worried about the accuracy?
No, just the penetration.
Well, McIntosh from 30 metres. Gee, it was a great kick by Waterman. You could see him spear it. I hope you make the distance, McIntosh. He spears it. He might not. And yes, he did not. It's a goal. It's a great game here at 12-6 to 13-8. And McIntosh...
Well, he had to kick it, didn't he?
Well, it was a 9-9 in the end. 12-6 to 13-8. What about this kick of Waterman's, Don?
Oh, that's fantastic. The skill of players nowadays, you've really got to see it to believe it. Well done by Hines. Look at this kick. Bang. Nothing Scholl could do. Good mark, too.
Big finish to the term. Harding and Ashenko go at it again. 86 plays 78, so 8 points the difference. 15 seconds to go to three-quarter time, and the Eagles intent on getting another one. Lewis is slung. Laidley stands his ground, gets it to Martin.
Oh, terrific.
Great pressure by Wilson. Back comes Laidley. The clock is down at 2 seconds, and they will ride out the storm, North Melbourne. Stevens towards the outer side. Roberts the mark. Three-quarter time then. And what a terrific term. In keeping with this game, North Melbourne 13-8. West Coast at 12-6.
What will unfold?
Main Waring's coming around to pick up Archer, I think.
12-6, 13-8. The top of the table clash. The kick by Waterman went straight to Rock, but went back to Worsfold. A handball by Clarkson didn't go anywhere. McKenna tried to barge through. Couldn't break the Clarkson tackle. Ashenko sat and waited, gave it back to Rock. Rock's high ball. Longmire and also White. White with very good pace. Couldn't quite handle the mark. White's little handball to Brennan. Carey put a pressure on. Gee, that looked as it was dropping by Pike. Schwass with him, Carey in there, as he so often is, and Djakovic and out of play.
There might be a question mark about Schwass too, because he was having his calf rubbed by the trainer at three-quarter time, and he's in the forward pocket. He usually does his work up around midfield. Pike's still with him.
North Melbourne attacking. Early goal vital here. Allison back to Larkin. Larkin back to centre half forward. Archer got pushed into it, had to concede some ground. Mainwaring shrugged the Archer flying tackle and then left foot up to half forward.
Lewis under the ball, better judgment shown by Smith.
One of the best on the ground. Very solid tonight, Ross Smith.
From half back, through the wing, clears the pack. On the ground is Schenko. Eventually it spills across to Archer sitting alongside, and we've got a bounce midway between centre and half forward. North Melbourne. Schenko and Harding, awkward bounce. Schwass. This is Allison, well tackled there by McKenna. Ball jarred free. Matera comes away, kicks well inside the 50. McIntosh, but Smith goes back with great courage. Could have almost been a mark. Slapped towards the boundary line by Martin, and it will be thrown in. Well, Smith is fearless.
He's back to the form he showed as a first-year or second-year player in the AFL.
Hines and Fairley go at it there. Over the top, Langdon down to Clappe. Runs into Hines, kicks it straight up in the air. Over the top, Smith thumps it about 30 metres towards the outer side. Wilson didn't have the ball, no free kick. Into the back of Rock then. We've got a whistle and the ball up, so the umpire compromising. Thought initially perhaps it was Wilson's free, then in turn Rock's free. Instead, we've got this on the outer side.
McAdams still on the boundary for North Melbourne. Didn't come back after three-quarter time. He's obviously injured. Schenko, tapped by Waterman. Hines' kick, inside 50. Blakey running back, takes another one.
That half-back line is just superb for North Melbourne. Laidley, Smith, and Blakey.
7 marks for John Blakey, returning in spectacular style. Kick towards centre wing. Larkin's handball. German. Now Roberts went through his legs, but he was able to get it back to Archer. Well played. Archer then sold a dummy. A centering kick, Pike with courage. Free kick. Oh, Mark, take your pick. Free kick in the end. Well, he had two players bearing down on him. He would have known the consequences. Langdon has been quiet, but still gets a huge cheer.
Is that a Bronx cheer?
No, I don't think so from here, was it? Might have been if he was playing in Melbourne. But no might about it. Matera, that is a mighty kick. McIntosh tries to go off the ground and behind. Oh, it's tight. 12-7, 13-8. Matera is just the sort of player that you could visualise doing something out of the ordinary here and giving West Coast the momentum to go on and score a victory.
Smith puts it high towards Schenko. Harding over the top. It falls to Roberts, who breaks away from half-back. Has a bounce. Draws a man. Now German can go. German runs to the wing. Kicks long inside the 50. White's in front. Longmire reaches over the top. Carey gets it to Allison. Open goal. Allison kicks it.
Oh, that's debatable, because Longmire was hanging on to White. White in front, made play. The umpire right there didn't see it. And it favoured North. Now watch this. Maybe we can pick it up. Look at Longmire hanging on, although he flicks it on. Allison's first.
Well, North Melbourne got the big goal at the start of the term to lead 14-8 to 12-7. Allison's first after Carey's handball was outstanding. Schenko got the tap away. Allison again. German trying to go off the ground. Hampson with him. Did he throw it? No. Lamb's got it. Back to Djakovic. Djakovic on his left side. Goes towards the 50-metre line. Wilson and Scholl set themselves. Good mark by Wilson. McIntosh looking to provide a lead. Martin going with him. Now Wilson to go back. Tries a torpedo punt. Doesn't really work. Gets to the 10-metre line. Lewis with a big fly. Unable to hold it. Laidley with a controlled kick. It was good stuff. The kick by Scholl also controlled. Roberts tried to half volley. Sumich is that out on the full. It is, and it's a North Melbourne free kick. Langdon injured off the ground. 12-7, 14-8. So Sumich back on, Langdon off. West Coast has to find something here. Remember, they had a long unbeaten run at the WACA until Fitzroy beat them here at their last start. Could it be 2 in a row here as Larkin gets a quick kick?
Towards half forward, Harding read it best. Juggled it, couldn't hang on. Eventually, though, an opportunity for Worsfold. Carey met him solidly. Jakovic rides one tackle, gets it away to Hampson. Across it comes to Waterman, who goes to Matera. Matera forward at the wing, goes looking for McIntosh. Oh, great mark.
Oh, fantastic mark.
His ability is limitless and just 20 years of age. The star in last year's grand final, and what a terrific mark that was. Body to body, falling away. Watch it again.
Look behind. Did he push out? Maybe he did. But it was still good mark.
McIntosh has kicked 2 goals. Pressure time now.
Awkward kicking style.
The hopes of about 31,000 riding on this kick. 25 metres out, he stabs. It's good. Back come the Eagles. Well, I think it's fair to say you don't get to one of the top 2 positions without great character and fight. And both these teams, first and second, are displaying all of that tonight.
Well, McIntosh 4-1 last week against Sydney. Tonight, 3-1. And a great mark considering the situation of the game.
Well, they're roaring here now, and why not? Because the Eagles are coming back again at North Melbourne. It's been one of those matches. Eshenko, one that you won't forget at the end of the year. Lucky to be here, watching it in the centre square. Matera, who could be the key to this match. He's had 17 kicks and 8.
Oh, it's on edge. It's on again. Still a lot of feeling.
Well, make that 18 and 8 as he's going to get a free kick. North Melbourne must stop this man
There's
in
no
his tracks.
movement on their forward line, Bruce.
Kick to the 50. Big fly there by Hines. Lewis was going to give up the handball, or then goes very short for McIntosh. Martin, now we know how quick McIntosh is. Martin concedes. Just a goal the difference now. Maybe Lewis just went the wrong option.
Well, he did know. Well, what was happening was that
what about the
Lewis
handball?
was
I was thinking to Lamb straight away.
Oh, I see. But the lead from McIntosh was to the left. Lewis anticipated McIntosh going to the right.
1 goal the difference. Very good kick by Smith to find Blakey, who takes his 8th mark at half-back. So West Coast again closing in on North Melbourne. They've done one thing since half-time. They've restricted North Melbourne's free-flowing goal scoring. And what's the story with Carl Langdon, John Rogers?
Bruce, it's a knee. Tragically, he's in a great deal of pain, and they're testing his knee at the moment. But with Brett Hetty looking on disconsolately, I'd say neither of the 2 are going to go back on the ground for sure.
Pike at close quarters. It was too hot for Waterman, taken by Mainwaring. He proceeds to boot it out of bounds on the full. In fact, there's a free kick. I think it's coming back to Mainwaring. Crowd like that. Chris Mainwaring.
Done all right for his first game too.
Very well. Very well. From the defensive side of the wing towards half forward. Blakey almost the mark. He was the 4th man in line. Hines hand pass. Charged down. Hampson worked off the ball by Laidley. Lewis off the ground by Clappe inside the 50. Up comes McIntosh back to Clappe. Around the corner Sumich. Tackled by Stevens. Was he pushed in the back? Not according to the umpire. The hand pass comes from Smith and goes out of bounds in the pocket.
Just looking at that shot, the umpire in the wrong position to pay that free kick. We see it here on camera. Whether he dropped the ball, but he's definitely pushed forward.
Hines, an opportunity here. Hines pulls it back. Great goal. Scores.
Hines' first goal, and the score's level here at the WACA. And the West Coast coming back. They've got a lot of character. The bounce not kind here, but he follows up well in a difficult angle.
All square at the WACA. German out of the centre. Carey and Jakovic together. This time Jakovic, his left foot towards the boundary and out of play. Just 5 goals out of 3 North Melbourne players, McAdam, Longmire, Carey. Remembering that kicked 40, 38 and 37 going in. Arch has been the man with 5, and we saw McAdam looking on, so he's not a factor. So North now have to find some scoring. Mainwaring back towards centre wing.
Oh, well done.
Lewis has played very well. Stevens
Tackle.
to Scholl. Back to Fairley. Fairley from a standing start to centre half forward. Carey sets himself. Thumped away from him. Larkin read it very well. Gives off a handball, a good one. Roberts can go with a long one. Doesn't time it. Longmire hobbling almost after it. Jakovic. Suddenly West Coast slightly on top. Jakovic's kick out wide. Scholl marks. North Melbourne with a chance to recoup.
He can chip it.
Scholl's kicked the centre half forward. Carey sets himself, goes. Jakovic well played at the back. Ball comes to ground. And a free kick to North Melbourne.
Pushing.
In the back against Mainwaring. And to German, is it? Who is a very good goal kicker.
On the run, Bruce. You've got to qualify it. Here's the free kick. German.
Wow.
Oh, boy.
Well, the initial tackle was around the waist, wasn't it? From the side. So German, who should score from 45 metres, and he does score, but it's a behind.
It's a beautiful kick on the run, German, especially for goal from 50 metres out. Probably the best in the AFL. When he does have a set shot, he's not the best. Not the most reliable.
Well, the Eagles players were entitled to ask, I think, about Sumic at the other end after that one. There's Worsfold. And they were asking.
Players everywhere. Players everywhere and every option covered.
Still plenty of time. Over 15 minutes remain. McKenna goes straight down the middle. Hines up in front. Lamb has been very good. Feeds it out wide. Matera on the wing. Gives it back to Hampson, to Matera. Matera looks inside, still with time, chips it in short. Lamb has run on down the ground. Lamb towards the pocket. Hasn't got the carry for McIntosh, not quite. He gathers the bouncing ball though. Goes back to Clappe, picked up by Martin. Tried to hand pass to his own advantage. In goes McIntosh. Over the ball down there is Fairley. We've got a whistle and a bounce.
Oh, fantastic this, isn't it?
So a bounce about 40 metres out from the Eagles' attacking goal. North lead by a point. 15 minutes remain. Fairley swings it wide. Matera well tackled by Stevens.
Drop the ball. Drop the ball.
Matera saying he punched it away, but Stevens will get the free.
He's injured too, Matera, who's limping.
From the back pocket, Stevens. High ball to Ashenko. Punched away by Harding. Well read by Larkin. The tackle was a throw, wasn't it? By Mainwaring. Put Larkin under great pressure. Clarkson. Still with Clarkson, inside okay to Laidley. High ball, Archer underneath it, McAdam back on the ground. Fisted away by McKenna. Oh, lucky break for North Melbourne, here's a chance. Round the body, Allison, another goal. His second. A break for North Melbourne, against the flow you'd say, because West Coast has been on top in the last 5 or 10 minutes, and North Melbourne sneak away now to a 7-point lead.
Good running from Laidley. Doubtful free kick earlier. Larkin. But then again, the long kick down quickly. Just not bouncing right. Archer onto it. White, unfortunate there. And there's Allison on his right foot.
So North back in front by 7 points. Rucks go at it. Ashenko gets it down. Lamb couldn't control it. Harding goes in after it. Clarkson's got it now, and a whistle. Unrelenting football throughout. It was a freewheeling affair in the first half. It's been a battle of defences in the second, as if by the script. We talked about the attacking nature of North, the defensive nature of the Eagles. It's been played in 2 halves. Here's Harding with the free kick inside the 50. Laidley goes up opposed to Wilson, taken by German. Concedes some ground back to Fairley.
Oh, well
under
done.
pressure. Brilliantly smothered by Hines, who kicked the last goal. He bounces it down towards full forward. He's off target.
He could have handed that off to Sumic, who was directly in front of him. Decided to go alone.
6 points the difference. still over 13 minutes remaining. And John Blakey back after injury. He was injured in round 6 against the Swans. A veteran of over 130 games for the Lions, drives it towards the outer side. Harding fisting away from Ashenko. Stevens worked it well, kept it in front, goes to ground in the tackle. Lewis goes looking for Lamb. Sliding in there was Rock, gets a deft deflection back towards Stevens. A high kick through midfield. In from the side, Carey. Oh, what a terrific mark. It takes him into double figures. 10 marks on the night for the skipper.
Drop punt pass to Allison, who's kicked 2 goals in this last quarter, getting away from Jakovic. Six points between the 2 top teams in the AFL, the halfway point of the competition.
And not a good night tonight, Jakovic.
Allison from 45 metres. Strong kick, just missing. So behind to Allison, he's got 2-3 tonight, a couple of them in this last quarter. And North Melbourne again edge away at 15-10 to 14-9. McKenna to bring her back in. Time still not a problem.
The option's just not there. He's gone down the centre each time, McKenna, when he's been in this situation looking for Hines.
Well, he found one in the end. It was Mainwaring. 16th kick coming up to centre wing. Wilson in front of Laidley, and Hines and Fairley and out of play. 12 minutes remaining. I guess you could say if North got the next goal, you'd be pretty happy if you're a North Melbourne supporter here or back in Melbourne. So this next one is critical. Wilson, left foot, too far for Lewis. Martin leading McIntosh this time, gives away a hurried handball. Blakey, Clampay just grabbed him. Blakey ridden into the ground, no free kick. Lewis tries to go forward and out of play. So pretty tight there. Oh, gee, Chris obviously didn't know the team was behind him because he wouldn't have done that.
Well, he sort of helped him up. Boundary throw in on the 50. Hines thumps it about 35 metres. Roberts didn't have it. Socket off the ground by Blakey. Across the ground then. It runs free. Can he keep it in, Stevens? Yes, he can. Hard against the boundary. Boots it out wide towards the wing. So he worked hard. He gained about 45 metres, and we've got a throw in with just over 11 minutes remaining in this game. The margin 7 points North's way. Up goes Ashenko. Larkin didn't have it. Still goes though. Larkin sockers it further afield and in the back to Clarkson. Clarkson wasting no time. Centering kick. Worked under the ball is Archer. Almost the mark to White. Trying to crash his way through Carey. Back to goal. Lays it off to Allison. Wants his left side. Gets rid of Carey. Back it comes to Carey. He's right on the 50. He hooks it down towards the kickoff line. Going back. Brennan got a twist to it, or did he? No, he did not. Not according to the umpire. Carey's kicked a long-range goal. 16-10, 14-9. Brennan thinks he touched it.
I thought he touched it as well from here.
So did I, to be honest. Let's watch it again.
Watch this. The long bomb from Carey. The pack congregating. Brennan. There, got a touch to it. Not according to the umpire.
Well, what a big call now. Carey with 3 goals. Brennan incensed at the other end, insisting he touched the ball, and North Melbourne have skipped away to 16-10 to 14-9. Waterman's handball to Pike. West Coast continue to come back. They've done it all night. No free kick to Sumich. Against Roberts for hanging on. One goal to Sumich tonight. He had a shot. So we have another look at this incident with Roberts and Sumich.
Can you see there the holding on by Roberts?
This one, Don, didn't he, from slightly tougher angle, similar distance in the second quarter, Sumich. And that one he's kicked through for a goal. His second. You know they'll just keep coming back, West Coast. They're not going to lay down. They'll make North Melbourne play this right to the bitter end. And 15-9 to 16-10.
Well, really only 2 kicks out of it, the West Coast. They've been averaging about 98 points for, so they're right on average. Here's the free kick. See there, Roberts holding the Guernsey. It's important the centre break here. They've been pretty hotly contested, but lately these centre breaks have been a little bit wishy-washy. Players not really tight in the centre.
Peter Simic has kicked 2 goals tonight then. They're well spaced. He got the first of the game inside the first couple of minutes. And one there. A timely one, certainly. Down goes Main Waring as Shenko is dragged off it. Taken by Allison. It spills across to Wilson, who boots it straight up in the air. Look at them. They come from all points of the compass. Rock couldn't control it. Coming through strongly is Harding. Towards half forward. Blakey got a fist on it. Heading back is Smith. Well played to Roberts, who chips it across to Stevens. And now Stevens, the defensive side of the wing. Boots it to half forward is Shenko, 60 metres from goal. He can settle it down now, the big man. Running on his Rock. He thought about it as Shenko. Now he unloads for distance. They'll contest about 15 metres out. Intent on destruction. Brennan got a fist on it. It falls to Worsfold. He swings it around the outer side. It skids, it bounces, and it runs out of bounds.
Good kick under the circumstances by Worsfold.
8.5 minutes to go. Shenko and Harding. Harding gets it down decisively. Main Waring over the ball, looking for a free kick. They're hard to get now. And a bounce.
They've done it well, North Melbourne. They've had a three-week break. And here's this disputed goal. Brennan, I thought, got a touch to it. And he thought so too, because he disputed it hotly with the umpire.
Allison over the top of it. Got one hard in the head, didn't he?
It's accidental.
Oh.
Knee.
Still should have got a kick, shouldn't he?
What for? Knee in the forehead?
I would have thought so.
50 metres away from North's goal, with less than 8 minutes remaining, 7 points in front. Quick kick by Yashenko. Carey and Jakovic. Both Carey and Archer go to ground. Jakovic over the top. North Melbourne will claim something here and come left, right and centre. And again, we're going to have a ball up with North Melbourne only 30 metres away from their goal.
Harding's been wrestling with Yashenko all night. He should really jump at Yashenko.
He wins that tap, Don Harding. Lamb almost got the run of it. Now McKenna out of defence to centre wing. Lewis versus Smith. Now Pike off the ground, didn't go very far. Lewis still with it, runs it out of play, gets a free kick. It's been arguably his best match for the season, certainly in such a pressure game with 14 kicks and 3 early goals. And he has been constructive. That one okay to Harding. He won a lot of possessions, particularly in the third quarter. 9 kicks, 5 handballs. They're good stats for a ruckman. His kick is a good one too. Hines was in the front spot, tapped away from him. Now Clappe, left foot towards McIntosh. Martin, good defensive work that time. Oh, out on the full.
Gee, was unlucky.
Gorgeous stiff gutting. Well, what a big, big play here. How unlucky is that?
That's just purely accidental. He didn't mean that, Martin. But he's done a good job, Martin, on McIntosh. He's already kicked 3.
Well, this would be as good as the Matera kick in the third quarter. Tucked away in the pocket. Gee, good try across the face or behind. But an important point because...
It's only 1 kick now, isn't it?
Exactly. Brings them up to within a goal with 6 minutes remaining. Well, Dennis, we couldn't have asked for more. Big build-up, and this game has provided everything and maybe a touch more than we expected.
So less than 6 minutes to go now. Terrific game of football as Lamb gets it to Pike, squares it. Wilson about 60 metres from goal decides to take on the defence. He runs inside the 50, but he's wrong-footed himself, and as a result, the left foot kicks a shocker and bounces out of bounds in the pocket. But it's down the right end for the West Coast Eagles.
He's capable of that, isn't he, Wilson? He's capable of the incredible.
Thrown in Fairley and Hines. Waterman couldn't control it. Lewis, can he manufacture some magic? He snaps and he misses to the near side. 5 points the difference.
Crowd really lifting here, urging West Coast on.
And North Melbourne playing the huddle.
Roberts goes wide. Yashenko trying to get into the picture. Goes to ground. Waterman was there with Blakey. Harding and also Shoal. Lewis again. continuing to play well. Back to full forward. Roberts and Sumich. Roberts running it out. Sumich will ask for a free kick. It won't be there. And it'll be a ball in right against the point post. Roberts, who's kicked a couple of goals, has played all over the ground tonight. Had a vital role to play in the centre square. Earlier on, Fairley was there, taken out of the ground out of the air by Hines. North Melbourne over the top of it. West Coast want a holding the ball decision.
Oshenko's on centre wing. He should be down, blocking it up in the back line, making it difficult. It's only dying minutes. He should be down there contesting.
West Coast coming at North Melbourne. 2 versus 1. McIntosh again out of the air. Quick kick away by Martin. To half-back, Scholl with Pike. Pike keeping the pressure on, and it's out of play.
Like holding on to Scholl too.
Anxious moments now for that bench.
Longmire off the ground.
High drama at the WACA ground. The top 2 sides going at it as you'd expect. In stark contrast to the last game North played against another side in the top 2 when they thrashed Collingwood. This has lived up to its billing, as we said earlier. So a ball up inside the 50.
The umpire's forgotten the whistle.
There will be some tired boys later tonight and tomorrow. They have been fanatical, both teams. So much riding on this one. Taken by Larkin to Fairley, who clears the zone. Momentarily on the outer side, knocked on by Archer. Schwass is away. Schwass running down towards half forward. Second bounce. Mainwaring, great chase. Altered the shape of the kick. And now a rebound opportunity for the Eagles. Lamb measures the hand pass. White sweeps it out wide. Brennan's away. Defensive side of the wing. Kicks for space. Wilson. Well, what a transformation.
What a tackle.
Mainwaring tracked him down. Schwass with that blistering speed. But a despairing lunge by Mainwaring got him. Now Wilson goes short to Harding. Hangs in the air a long time. Blakey gets it on the ground. Stevens runs it across the line. And Harding seems to think the kick was a little tall.
And also Wilson hung on to it too long. When they're on a run, move it down forward and quickly into the forward line.
Little tall and a little slow, Genesis. Larkin goes to Smith. Smith from centre half back. Scholl and Pike. Got a good bounce, Scholl. On centre wing. Back towards Schwass. And he runs it towards the boundary line. Worsfold gets hold of him out of play. Well, time now is getting to be a factor. Under 2.5 minutes remaining. A kick the difference. A goal to West Coast, they win. And North Melbourne trying desperately to hang on. They've given it a great shot here. It'd be a body blow if they went under after what's happened tonight. Archer's kick. Brennan in front of McAvaney, who's obviously injured. Struggling up there.
He's asking for something from down the ground, the forwards, to move up.
Gee, a push by Wilson, surely, yes.
He was asking Brennan for forwards to move up the ground. They're all stationary.
Well, Wilson, without being too hard, has been involved in a couple of big plays up forward in the last 5 minutes. One when he tried to take the defence on, the other the slow kick to Harding. And really there shouldn't have given away a free kick on a man-on-man battle. Stevens back towards the Carey direction. He got his hands to it. Worsfold, the other captain, back to the 50-metre line. Scholl always in the right spot there. Was able to outbody Pike out.
Definitely made the distance, Scholl.
Well, kicked from about 50. Was involved in some hard play with Langdon early on in this match in a fiery opening.
Point would make it a goal ahead.
Goes back. High drop punt, not quite there. Will it come off a Carey? Did he mark it? No, it's a behind. He's claiming it. Reckons he was the only man to touch it. So North Melbourne a goal in front.
58 seconds.
Well, everything to play for now.
Got to go down the centre. He's got to go down the centre.
A goal the difference. The Eagles trail. McKenna goes for distance. Great mark. Going back with that ball, showing great courage, Carey. He will kick from inside the centre square. We're down to 45 seconds. He goes for distance. A point could win it here. Sensing that, White heads for the boundary line. It's out of bounds and the clock continues to run. It's at the wrong end as far as the Eagles are concerned. Approaching 30 seconds remaining. It seems North Melbourne may have won this. And what a terrific victory it will be. The Eagles got the fast start. Archer, Brennan, boots it towards the outer side. We're down to 20 seconds. Lewis, spectacular attempt. Away comes Smith. Smith sends it back inside the 50. Brennan once more. He wanted to mark that one. Fisting it away was no good. It's gone out of bounds. It's all over. It's gone from their grasp. The West Coast Eagles are going to be beaten by North Melbourne. There's the siren. A memorable match. And a truly great victory to the Kangaroos. They came as the league leaders, and they've underlined that in this game tonight. They've won by 6 points, 16-11 to 15-11, in a game that reached remarkable heights.